Well, I'm sure this is going to be one of the many topics they are going to address next week when Vice President Kamala Harris and Donald Trump take the stage next week in the currently only planned debate between both parties between now and November. It is going to be the first presidential debate
since talking about between Kamala and
Trump. Trump. Yeah, it's going to be set next week. This is the first debate since Biden dropped out the race.
Vance and Waltz, I believe they have a planned debate as well.
So it looks like they are going to be having a debate.
And tell you the truth, they only got time for one any damn way because it's about 60-something days before the election.
Yeah, we got 2 months basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the debate is going to be on Tuesday, September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's going to be 90 minutes long with 2 commercial breaks on ABC. So it looks like that's where the time and place will be. Will the mics be muted? The microphones will be muted when it's not a candidate's turn to speak, just like the previous debate between Biden and Trump. Then the candidates will not give opening statements. Trump won a coin flip to determine the order of closing statements and podium placement. So this is kind of like football where they flip a coin to select which side kicks first. And each closing statement will be 2 minutes long. No live audience. And it looks like Harris and Trump are not permitted to interact with their campaign staff during their commercial breaks. And as usual, Trump is throwing shots at ABC ahead of time as cover. So that's so far what we know about the debates. I'm sure I don't know what issues exactly they're going to cover, but I'm sure it's going to be the usual stuff regarding the economy, which is the main one.
Crime.
Immigration. It's going to be a major, major topic.
Yeah, I think she'll win on that.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of my disapproval of both candidates, I definitely believe in a debate. I think the muted mics are going to really harm Trump because nobody's going to be able to step in and break his stream of conscience. He's going to actually have.
I believe if they had the unmuted mics, he gonna. What she had proposed, she's like. Kamala was like she was cool with not having the mics muted because she know his ass gonna keep talking.
Yeah, I know. It's because he's gonna talk over everybody.
Right. Gonna talk over and be bolsters. But one thing for sure, he won't be able to throw no damn zingers this damn time. He can't lie like he did the last damn one. He gonna have to come with some facts, and he gonna have to be disciplined. And we all know, based off what we've seen of his ass, he's not gonna be disciplined. So. The one thing for sure, as long as she stay poised, and long as she come out with her points, and she shows where there's a start to a finish in her based off her agendas that she want for this country, hey, she'll be straight. And it really doesn't look good for him anyway because look, you got even his top aides saying they're gonna vote for her.
What you got? Dick Cheney.
Exactly. He was on Trump's administration. He said openly he's going to vote for her. So the fact that you have Republicans openly coming out saying they're going to vote for her, that tells you how this election going to turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? She has the biggest approval among Gen Z voters between her and Trump.
Yeah.
So, and one major thing with people not understanding that she has in her back pocket that Trump doesn't have.
What's that?
She has the Divine Nine.
Ah, yes.
And for those who doesn't know what the Divine Nine is,
it's sororities and fraternities.
Exactly, and they are the most deep-rooted grassroots organizations in and around the country.
Are they?
Yeah.
Damn, I should have joined the frat.
Exactly, you should have.
I shouldn't.
Yeah, you should have.
If you're cool with them, they do help you out without having to join.
Right. So, again, she has that as well as the Democratic grassroots and everything. So, you know, I'm just, like I said, based off what she has proposed, what she going to do for the country, you know, they seem viable and they can be obtainable. You know, now you're seeing Trump, he throwing zingers out there trying to grab people's attention, like what was it? How he gonna make first the abortion thing? He was like, what's the IBF? He was like First, he was going to say he was going to make the government pay for it. Then he's going to say he's going to make private insurance pay for it. Then he turned around and say how's he going to make child care affordable and stuff like that. It just seems like he's just trying to throw out anything to grab attention away from Miss Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? So I believe as long as she maintain on her proposal and long as she shows a vision that start to finish, you know what I'm saying, she'll be fine. And outside of, people say Trump talk about politics, saying that people fail to understand it wasn't the Biden administration the reason why we're in inflation.
Nope.
Okay? We're in inflation because of Trump when he made all those tax breaks for the millionaires and billionaires and those companies. And when he gave out all them free checks during COVID and stuff like that, he did not have a plan to cover none of that shit.
Nope, no
you
backup
feel what I'm saying?
plan.
No plan to cover those bills. Because every time you give out something, anytime the government give out something, you have to have a plan to pay for that shit. Isn't this what the conservatives talk about? They are fundamentally conservative strength about the finances. And he blew that up. I think he had like an $8 trillion debt, son, when his one term in office.
Yeah.
One term. So here come Biden. He comes in, laying the groundwork out for what he did. Now, again, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and act like that I wasn't on Team Biden. I wasn't, because I said it a few months ago.
I know I wasn't.
Yeah,
I never was.
I was. I mean, like I said, I just said I'm just gonna be real about it. I don't want people to think, oh yeah, I remember you said this. Yeah, right. I'm gonna say that. But if we want to talk about policies, as far as what this country has, they did the Reconstruction Bill, meaning all the roads and highways and bridges and stuff that's being replaced and built. They passed that major legislation that he had passed. Outside of that, They also came in. We had this year, this September, we got interest rates cut. Now, we understand interest rates went up because, again, when Trump came in office, he did not, all that stuff he did not have nothing to pay for. And then he did not stay in second term to be able to answer his own. So because of that, this is the reason why everything fell on Biden. And then he had to revigorate the job market because all the was lazy as hell that didn't want to work. You know what I'm saying? It ended up forcing them to get slowly back into the job market. Even though all COVID did was just make us more self-sufficient. So when they get the immigration, she gonna have his ass, because what people not understanding is they had a bipartisan bill to answer the immigration problems that we are facing, and it was one of the strongest bills that has been created since I've been on this damn earth. And guess who came in? Trump told all the Republicans, don't agree with it, back off from it. So when they come, and I know it, when they get up on that debate and they start talking about that, gonna blow up in his face, because it was him that told the Republicans, nick the deal. So to be continued.